Getting sick sucks. And as a health coach, or as someone who considers yourself to be a healthy vegan or raw vegan fruitarian, getting sick is almost embarrassing. Like, I remember when I first went raw and I first went fruitarian, I couldn't call into work and say, hey, I'm sick today, because I told everyone, like, I'm eating the world's healthiest diet. I feel the healthiest I've ever felt. So how could I possibly then call in and say, oh, I'm sick today? So getting sick not only sucks, but like it's something that's like out of character for you if, again, you're a health coach or you're consider yourself a healthy vegan or raw vegan. And so in this video, I'm going to share with you how I went from getting sick once or twice a year, every single year as a fruitarian, as a raw vegan, to now having not got sick once over the past 3 years. So I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step procedure that you can do so that you never get sick ever again as well. Because I'm sure you know people, like I know people who, when they start to get sick or when they are sick, they just load up on all these vitamins and minerals, and they drink all these different teas and tonics and take all these different herbs, and they do all these different modalities, and they still get sick. And they seem to get sick once or twice a year, every year as well, sometimes more. But the truth is, you don't have to ever get sick. If you apply what you're about to learn in this video, you never will get sick again, most likely. At least this is what's worked for me. And before we go any further in this video, I want to say that none of this is medical advice. In fact, none of this is advice at all. This is just what's worked for me. This is my personal experience that I'm sharing with you here today. Looking back at whenever I used to get sick in the past, it was always because I was doing a lot of like physical activity, running around and being very active, while at the same time not getting enough sleep. So the combination of like doing too much with not getting enough sleep was always at the time when I would get sick, when I'd get the most run down and end up being sick. So step number one is I always get enough sleep. It's a great affirmation, by the way. I always get enough sleep. Always get enough sleep. And I track my sleep very easily with this Oura ring. And it doesn't really matter what time I'm going to bed, as long as it's consistent. So if you're considered a night owl and you like to go to bed at 1 or 2 a.m., that's cool. Keep going to bed at 1 or 2 a.m. But make sure you're getting a good, 7, 8, 9 hours of sleep thereafter, and make sure you're allowing yourself to sleep in for as long as you want. I think that's so key. Getting to bed at the same time every night, but then allowing your body to wake up whenever it wants to. The second step is I'm always paying attention to how I'm feeling. Like, I pay really close attention every morning, midday, even in the evening. It's just a habit now. Paying attention to
my head, my throat, my chest, my stomach, and just my full body.
Like my shoulders and my arms and legs and everything. If my head is feeling a bit foggy, or my throat is feeling a bit scratchy or sore, or if my chest is feeling a bit tight or heavy, or if my stomach is feeling a bit wheezy or no appetite, or if my body is feeling just weak and achy or feverish, if I start to notice any little sign like that, that's how I know I'm on the verge of being sick. Not sick yet, still functionable. I can still go for a hard 5K run. I can still work out. I can still do activities. I can still do everything. You wouldn't tell on a YouTube video or a Zoom call or anything that I'm sick, because I'm not. I'm just like on the verge. That's when I know it's time to take some action here. Funny enough, I started to feel this way, slightly sick, about a week ago, like right before my trip. And had I not done step 3 that I'm about to share with you here, my trip would have been ruined. I would have been sick the whole trip. So you gotta nip it in the bud, and I nipped this in the bud right away. So it's really funny, really coincidental, because right before my trip, right before I started to feel like I was going off track with my health a little bit, I posted something on Facebook. I said, I used to get sick twice a year, even as a fruitarian. Now I haven't been sick once in over 3 years, using this strange trick. Who wants the trick? And I got like 100 people commenting, saying that they want the trick. So next day, kid you not, I started to feel slightly like I'm on the verge of, damn, I feel like this is me like getting sick. So I'm like, this is a perfect time to put what I'm about to share in this video now, today, to the test. And so it's been about a week since I applied this trick, and lo and behold, voila, it worked, and I didn't get sick, despite being on track for getting sick. Now, the reason I was on track for getting sick is because before that trip, I was staying up too late, I was waking up too early, I wasn't getting enough sleep, and I was doing a lot of exercise. And so it's classic, that's like the recipe for me, is like not enough sleep and too much exercise, I'll get sick, or I'll be on the verge of getting sick. So I applied this trick here, and here's what I did. This is step 3 now. At the first sign of feeling unwell, first thing I do is I stop eating. I stop consuming food. Just don't eat. I just fast. Second thing I do is I stop drinking. Don't drink any water. And I don't drink any water in a dehydrated state. By the time I stop drinking water, I'm already really well hydrated. I'm already pissing clear. And by the time I stop eating, it's, all I've got in my system is probably fruit and some vegetables anyway. So I stop eating, I stop drinking. And the third thing I do is I just make sure to get to bed extra early and force myself to sleep in extra long in the morning. So sometimes you wake up in the morning and you're tired, but you get up anyway. I don't do that when I'm on the verge of, feeling slightly unwell. When I wake up in the morning, even if I feel great, I intentionally force myself to keep laying there for an extra half hour, an extra hour and a half. Just lay there and let the body heal itself. Lay on nature's operating table. Lay there and let the body heal. Now, unfortunately, I had to travel the next morning, so I couldn't wake up and just sleep in for a hell of a long time. I actually had to wake up super early, and I had to call a cab, and I had to go to the airport. And as I'm driving to the airport, the feeling I got, it wasn't good. It wasn't a good feeling. I was like, oh my God, this was like the first day of me, truly fasting. No food, no water. And my flight was at like noon. Get to the airport at like 7, and I just lay there for like 5 hours, just chilling. And every hour that went by, I'd get up and go pee, 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 despite not drinking any water. Every hour that went by, I got up and go pee, but I started feeling better and better and better and better. And I started to notice that tickle in my throat, that sore throat went down, 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 down. And by the time I got to my destination, I felt amazing. I felt perfect. And I had some water to break the dry fast that evening. And I didn't eat food. I woke up the next morning, felt amazing, had breakfast. It was perfect. So a 36-hour water/dry fast is all I need. It's all I've ever done. I just lay low and do a 36-hour water/dry fast. I say water/dry fast because sometimes I go completely dry, other times I have like a little bit of water, and other times I'll feel like just drinking water. It totally depends on like the severity of it and how quickly I want to fully recover. And it works every single time. And I remember the first time I discovered this, I was like doing this experiment on myself where I started feeling sick, and so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna fast. So I fasted all day long, and then around 6 p.m. I felt amazing. I was like, holy crap, it worked. This is dope. So I had dinner, some fruit. And then I woke up the next morning, boom, feeling like I was on the verge of being sick again. I'm like, oh my God, I came back. It sucks, because last night I felt amazing. So I'm like, okay, this time I'm gonna do it again. I'm just gonna fast all day. So I fasted all day again. And sure enough, by 6 p.m. or so, I felt amazing. I was like, sweet, it worked 2 days in a row. But this time I'm gonna have dinner again, and hopefully it's gone now because I've given it a full 2 days. So I had dinner. Next morning, wake up, boom, that sore throat again, that being on the verge of being sick again. I'm like, oh my God, it just keeps seeming to come back every morning. But it seems to get a lot better as the day goes on without eating. So this time I said, day 3 now, I'm like, I'm just gonna fast all day, and I'm gonna go to bed without eating. So that's what I did. I fasted all day long, and then right around dinner time, 6 p.m., I started to feel amazing. But I didn't eat. I wanted to eat, but I was like, just don't do it, just don't do it, just don't do it. I have the willpower. So I didn't eat. Went to bed that night. Woke up next morning. Felt amazing. So that morning I had breakfast and I felt great. So for me, it's always been like that. I need to go the full day and a night. A full day and a night. So it's about 36 hours. And that's it. That's the secret. That's the trick. But I really think that the first 2 steps to that trick are ultra helpful. Like always prioritizing sleep, always getting enough sleep, and really paying attention to how you're feeling. So that way, step 3, you can really nip it in the bud early. It's a lot easier to prevent sickness than it is to cure a sickness. I think by the time you're already sick, your body's already in deep healing mode. It's doing the coughing, it's doing the fever thing. It's really hard to control that. At least I don't have any experience with that. I just have a lot of experience, a lot of success with preventing sickness. As far as why this works, I'm not really sure. Everyone has different theories. All I know is that it does work. Some people say that with dry fasting, you're just getting the cells to compete for the most precious resource in the body, which is water, and the weakest cells will die off because they can't fight for that water. It's only the healthiest cells that survive. So that's all you're left with. Who knows? I don't know. Other people say that when you're dry fasting, your body starts turning fat into water. And since toxins get stored in fat, those toxins leave the body because the fat is being decreased so that it can be turned into water. So the toxins go bye-bye because they live in fat. So who knows? I don't know. All I know is that it works. It's worked for me at least. And if you never want to get sick again, then try these 3 steps potentially. Actually, don't try them. That would be advice. Forget what I said. Just know that this is what I do. When you start to feel sick, maybe just remember what I do. Set the intention to be healthy. I think that's also key. I don't believe in sickness anymore. I don't believe I can get sick. That's a huge piece now. And it's probably easy for me to believe that because I don't get sick, but I don't get sick. And so I don't believe in sickness anymore. Whereas I used to be afraid of it, I used to expect it, I used to be like, oh yeah, here it comes again, here's that season. But now it's like, I'm over that. I don't buy into that anymore. Haven't been sick, I'm not gonna ever get sick. It's not part of my reality. This body doesn't get sick, this temple doesn't get sick. If you want more advice on succeeding with a healthy raw food diet, you can check the link in the description for my 30-day raw food challenge completely for free. Or if you want to get into health coaching and you're a vegan and you want to create a $5,000 to $10,000 a month coaching business, you can check out a free trial for vegan creators down below. It's my vegan coaching community where I teach you how to set up a profitable coaching business online. So check that out, link in the description for the free trial. Either way, have a great day. Peace out, much love, and I hope you stay healthy for life.